clicks. I don't want dirty rivers or smoggy skies, and don't you dare litter. But that's not enough for billionaire sociopaths like liberal megadonor Rachel Pritzker, who's teaming up with the University of Washington to block out the sun. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, liberals want to block out the sun to stop global warming. How? The idea is to shoot chemicals into the clouds to make them more reflective so they reflect the sun's rays right back at it. Bill Gates tried something like this a couple years ago and it bombed. Last month, scientists tried to hairspray the clouds, and the project got shut down in 20 minutes because of public health risks. Acid rain comes to mind. But go ahead, guys. Try playing God and see how this shakes out. I'd rather take my chances with fate. Environmental lawyer and senior legal fellow, Energy and Environmental Legal Institute, Steve Milloy. Steve, is it the hottest it's ever been?
No, it's not even close. I mean, it's hot outside. It's summer. But all the temperatures we're seeing in this eastern heat wave, we've all experienced before many decades and generations ago. It was much hotter when there were much lower emissions and much less urban heat island effect. You know, the urban heat island effect is very important. It's the concrete and asphalt in cities that traps heat. So we've seen all this before. But what we haven't seen is the amount of lying and the propaganda. I mean, that is really going through the roof.
All right, so it's not the hottest it's ever been. What about blocking the sun, Steve? Is this a realistic solution to hairspray the clouds to reflect the rays right back at the sun?
Well, so this is really interesting because these guys are kind of on the right track. You know, 2 weeks ago, there was a study that came out in one of the Nature journals, and it reported that 80% of the warming spike that we've had in the past year is because of the sun, because of cleaner air has allowed more solar radiation to strike the planet. The other 20% of the warming was El Nino, totally natural. It's got nothing to do with emissions. So these guys are right that the sun is what drives our weather and our climate. But they're crazy if they think that, they're going to be able to shoot aerosol particles into the sky to reflect the sun to somehow control the weather, and that who's going to make that decision? What are the consequences going to be? Do we really? What if the Chinese start doing that? Do we want that to happen? No. I mean, the whole thing is kind of nuts. What I think is going on? It's just psychological warfare. Putin, he saber rattles by threatening nuclear war. These guys are sort of saber rattling by threatening to block out the sun.
What does it say about someone's psychology that they think that they can shoot something into the sky and block the sun out and change the entire world? What does that say about them personally, in your opinion?
Well, it's like being a megalomaniac. First off, there's nothing going on that's so bad that we need to blot out the sun. Not at all.
All right. Megalomaniac, I think you nailed it. Steve, thank you so much.
Yeah. All right, Jesse, thank you.